So what is abundance? Making sure that everything in life is properly set up. You don't want to have an abundant bank account and an empty mind. You don't want to have a destroyed body, right? Or destroyed relationships and have $1 billion. Every billionaire that I've talked to, I think the total, it's been like 6. Everybody tells me the 2 most important things in their life right now is lifespan longevity, biohacking, like how do I increase my life, and how do I spend more time with the people that I love. But they understood that in order to maximize health and money, they needed, health and relationships, they needed money. So they got the bag, but they didn't let the bag identify them. And once they got the bag, they shifted their priorities. The problem is people don't know how to reinvent themselves. I reinvented myself multiple times. People confine you to a box.
You'll do it again.
First they were like, Luke is the e-com guy. Did fucking millions and millions and millions of dollars in e-commerce. Went and did consulting, but no, he's the e-com guy. I'm whatever the fuck I want to be.
Well, I was the NFT guy.
There you go. So you're in a situation right now where people are going to always try to box you up and limit you. But if your mind can be freed, your mind can be limitless. And it's limitless based off of the information that you inject into it. The information that you have, and I've said this before, has given you the life that you have. So if you want a different life, input different information.
Bro, there's this viral video right now of this billionaire, it's like private jet billionaire answers questions. I don't know what the fuck it is. We put it on screen. And he asks him if he has any regrets, right? What his biggest regrets are. And this dude, billionaire, you know, probably 30s or 40s, on his private jet, being interviewed by some kid for YouTube, about to go viral, almost breaks down into tears, right? And he's like, yeah, man, I destroyed my marriage. I let the woman in my, this is in essence what he says. And you can tell that he fucking blew everything up. So let me ask you this, right? Who is wealthier? The 100 millionaire with poor physique, with no access to friends or family that loves him, or somebody with $100 in the bank who has a friend that lets them fly their jet whenever they want to and knows the owner of 10 hotels that let him stay for free indefinitely with access?
The $100 million guy. And I'll tell you why. I know it's a little pivot to what you were going to say, because the examples that you gave were just like capitalistic monetary examples. In the context of, is one compromising every other area of their life for the money?
Yes.
So yeah, 100%, because there's certain things in your life that you will never get back. So people, it's very paradoxical, right? People give up the valuable things in life, like relationships, family, health, the things that they cannot replace, mental stability, for the things that they can replace. Gucci belts, Louis Vuitton, money, Rolex, all their identity is built on what? The things that they've been told are valuable. But they've been told to you and sold to you so that somebody else's dreams can become true, right? So when you buy the Louis Vuitton belt, you're making somebody else's dreams come true. They've just told you that your dreams should be a Louis Vuitton belt. They've convinced you, right? So the big problem, brother, that I see, it all comes back to the mind. It all comes back to the mind. If you're poor here, you're going to be poor in every other area of life. So I genuinely believe that if the guy that had $100 didn't fuck it up, but his life was in check and that he actually was about it, not just $100, that's it, but had $100 and was actually about it, he'd be wealthier.
Yeah, so...
Because there's context to it, right? It depends. Does the $100 million guy have more money? Does the $1 million guy have health? There's a lot of spectrums, but the point of the pursuit of money is to get to a point where you have financial freedom. At that point, it no longer matters, dude. It doesn't. Every guy says it, dude. Like, if every dude is saying it to you, maybe there's some truth to it.
But motherfuckers will not believe it until they live it, bro. And because it goes so deep that you can make $100 million and be terrified of going broke. People talk about it all the time, right? They live in constant fear. It's like being chased almost.
But why do they live in fear? Because they don't trust themselves, bro. So there's this massive ecosystem of conditioning whereby people aren't willing to bet on this. Who are you gonna go bet on, dude? Except yourself.
Bro,
who are you gonna go bet on, motherfucker? Like, go bet on yourself. If you're gonna go bet on somebody, go bet on your own wins. Go bet on your own life, on your own success. Not go put your money in the stock market, bet on Elon. What the fuck is Elon, bro? The fuck are all these dudes? Oh yeah, I'm gonna bet on these winners. Bet on the winners with your spare change, like racehorses, dude. I use the stock market. All right, I bet on Elon. This dude's crushing. All right, put some money here. All right, I put 150,000 on Square's Jack bullshit company. That horse lost, whatever. But I treat that money like expendable. but I'm betting on myself, dude, to win. The dude that has $100 million that's afraid of going broke, it's because he doesn't trust himself to make that money back. Dude, I'm gonna make millions and millions, I'm gonna lose millions and millions, just the name of the game, bro. I'm here traveling through the map, hanging out. If that means being worth billions of dollars or being worth zero, so be it. I will never work a fucking job a day in my life, dude. And that's the name of the game. I'll be free. I'll live under a bridge as long as I don't have to clock in and be accountable to some Karen bitch when I can take my lunch break. Fuck that, dude.
You know what's crazy about that, by the way? I think everyone goes through this, and I just went through this. Like, after I got to sort of a certain point, something in my soul, bro, changed to where, like, the same shit that I was doing, the 10, 12, 14-hour days, right? Just fucking killing myself every day. Like, for a while, I was like, oh, it must just be burnout, right? I just need to take a break, right? So I took a break and I came back and I was like, no, this is still terrible. I tried everything in the book other than like, hey, maybe I've just started to realize what life is supposed to be, right? But you said it perfectly. People are fucking terrified. And remember when we were on the gondola on the way up, you mentioned mind control, bro. Because people's minds are fucking, it goes so deep. I'm still trying to escape it, bro. Billionaires trying to escape it.
It's super difficult to escape it. And the reason it's difficult to escape it is because it's so ingrained into who you are as an individual from the moment that you're born, dude. Like the conditioning from ages 0 to 7 is called theta state. What is theta state? It's dream state. It's where the subconscious mind gets reprogrammed. So from 0 to 7, right, you have a period where what's conditioning the kids right now? Nickelodeon, all this bullshit, social media, YouTube. Kids are getting iPads at the age of 3. All this is programming and conditioning. From 0 to 7, that's the period that dictates the rest of your life. So the Jesuit priests that were out here like building churches and doing all these things, they said, give me a child from the age 0 to 7 and I will tell you where he will be the rest of his life. So the problem is you're gonna have the struggle for the rest of your life. The question is, how do you deal with the little voice in your head that says you can't do it? It's recognizing that the voice in your head that says that you can't do it is programming. It's not truth.
And it's so fucking hard, dude.
The truth is you can do it.
I know. I know this to be true. That's why I flew halfway across the globe to spend time with you guys. Because when
Is it a globe?
Okay. Across the earth, bro. I flew across the earth. And when I'm at home, I'm the youngest.
Comment sections go crazy.
I'm the youngest, richest person where I live. I come here, not even close, bro. Surrounded by people that are way better than me. And that's so important, bro. Because even when we sit here on camera, this isn't a fucking podcast.
Bro, we're having fun, bro.
Yeah, it's a mastermind.
We're literally having the gondola going there. There's a fucking huge ass mountain which we're gonna shred today.
I wish you guys could see it.
Nate told me that the mountain here, the shred all the way from the top is like
it's
a nice
amazing.
little cruise.
It's amazing. Yeah. We'll do it later.
I'm ready, dude.
Hey, by the way.
What?
Yeah, my faceplant was in the last vlog. Tell the camera I'm a good snowboarder,
bro. You're a shredder, dude.
Okay, all right.
You're a shredder. You were going behind Alex with the,
yes.
Was that you? It was like, what, 58 miles?
Yeah, like 57
56?
miles an hour.
That's
Anyway,
nuts, dude.
I'm sorry,
Anyway, sidetracking.
Yeah, I'm getting side quest. This whole thing is a side quest. But bro, sorry, I completely lost my train of thought. It's so easy to get stuck with limiting beliefs, right? I talk about this all the time, and I like talking about it because I'm going through it, right?
Yeah.
And I'll look straight at the camera, bro. I made my first $1 million. I was still a fucking idiot. Like, I knew nothing, right? And I was still scared. I was still panicking, and I was trying to get out of that, right? And it comes down to, like you said, this conditioning from the time that you're young. So let me ask you this. We'll go conspiracy. How much of do you think all of that, so you talk about Nickelodeon, right? All these shows, public schools, do you think it's corrupt from head to toe?
Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't it be? If I want to control the world and I want to have slaves, then I need to control the source of information that they receive, because that source of information dictates reality. Your reality is based off of what the Google searches that you make. Like, dude, ChatGPT is just reading the internet and gathering the information from the internet and spitting it out. So the question is, what's the information that's on the internet? All that shit's whitewashed as fuck. It's all whitewashed, it's all controlled. And if you don't think so, just look at who publishes the academic books for the schools. It's all the higher ups, dude. It's really interesting.
So, and this is...
And I'm not saying it's necessarily a terrible thing, because if you want a functioning society, you need to have people that work. You can't have people out here.
You can't have 7 billion Luke Belmonts.
Yeah, you just say it's not a thing.
Won't work.
Right? It's not, it doesn't activate that way. Like, I am playing the game because I have to play it, not because I want to play it. But there's people inside the rat race that can, within the rat race, create a plan to get out. The problem is not that right now you're working a 9 to 5, it's that you don't have a plan to get out of the 9 to 5. I did the 9 to 5, you did the 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with the 9 to 5 as long as you know that you're stuck in the 9 to 5. As long as, one, you're not complaining. That's a big one, dude. People fucking oh, my job shit, my job shit. Do you know how much negative attention and negative energies attached to you looking at your life and being like, oh, this is a shit job. Bro, you should be clocking into your job and becoming like the COO. Like that should be your ambition. If you're gonna go into a company, go all in. But the problem is people are mediocre in their education. They're mediocre in their 9 to 5 job. They're mediocre with their fitness. They're mediocre with their spirituality. They're mediocre with basically every area of your life, and they want a non-mediocre, extraordinary life. It's not gonna work. So if you want to fix the mind, we talk about mind control and limiting beliefs, you need to understand that it's possible, and it's possible if you will it into existence.
Right.
And it takes time, bro, and it takes time. It's a process.
It takes a long ass time, but a lot of people watching this video, right? Almost all of them, bro, I guarantee you, when you talk about this, the immediate thought is like, well, okay, I couldn't help that I was subject to all this as a kid, right? Like, my parents didn't fucking know, I didn't know. So how do we depoison the mind? I'm still trying.
First is by recognizing that maybe what you've believed is a lie, and looking at the outcome of your life, like looking at where you are today. So stop, ask yourself, how much money is in my bank account? Who am I? Am I where I want to be? Am I accomplishing my goals? Look at my ecosystem, look at my body. Am I happy with this? Like, is this my fullest potential? If the answer is no, ask yourself, what information do I need in order to change those things in my life that are not optimized? It doesn't have to be everything at once. People want to make $1 million, have a six-pack, be tan, traveling the world all in 1 year. It doesn't work that way. Chill out, make a plan. But it all starts with small compounding wins. We talk about the compounding effect, and people neglect the compounding effect. Doing the same thing every single day consistently will not only get you further along, but it'll make you a master. The reason that the guys that are paragliding are doing all these roller coasters in the air is because they've been up there 10,000 times, dude. Most of you guys haven't even read 10,000 pages of books. You're out here watching YouTube videos from 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds telling you how to live life, how to be successful, and there's billionaires that have written books and interviews, and you neglect that information because you're a clown. You don't know any better. So now, finish the podcast and go listen to some Ray Dalio, go listen to some Larry Fink from BlackRock and see what these guys are saying about the future, because these guys control the narrative. What, you're not going to listen to the information? You're just going to be swayed by every motion and every action of life? You got to start having more reality checks, guys.
I think it's about instant gratification and it's about impatience, right?
And people don't like to think big, bro. Thinking big is scary. It's scary. You have to face the fear. The fear of failure, the fear of neglect, the fear of being alone. All these things you have to face. They're requirements